Hi guys, funny story. Well, first, hello guys, welcome back. Story time. I look a bit more glam than usual. When I say a little bit, I mean a little bit, because this is as glam as it gets. I got ready for an audition, and just before I was about to leave, I found out it was the wrong day. I got ready for an audition and I missed it. I was so sure that it was because it was in my diary for Tuesday. Turns out the open audition was yesterday, and then you only come to the Tuesday audition if you get a recall. And I didn't read it like that until I was about to walk out the door, and I was like, let me check one last time if I've got everything. And then I read it slowly, and it said, if you are successful, you will then be invited to Tuesday. So yeah, I fucked up. I don't know how I fucked up so badly, because these things I never fuck up on. I never mess up on these things. Like, I'm on it with things like this. I'm a bit too on it on sometimes. Like, things like this stress me out, so I'm like overly prepared. I don't know what happened this time. We all make mistakes, and I'm gonna use this mistake as a positive and make it into a video. So we're gonna do a what to bring to an audition, as I've got my whole bag set. How frustrating. I was so ready for this audition. I was so ready to go. I say that, but I'm also very ill, and I was meant to sing today, so maybe it's a blessing in disguise, because I was umming and ahhing whether to go anyway before last night, because I was like, do I embarrass myself with my voice, or do I just give it a go and see what comes out? And I went with let's give it a go and see what comes out. This is really frustrating for me, but we're gonna see the positive of it. I'm now made up to do a video for you, and we can go through what to take to an audition. So first off, make sure you read everything on the audition, which I usually do, but obviously didn't do for this one. It was just not meant to be, okay? It was just not meant to be. Do a little checklist, that's what I normally do. So most times it's either singer-dancer or dancer-singer. In this case, let's go with that. Of course, if it's just a dance audition or just a singing audition, it will be very, just bring this, just bring that. Whereas we're gonna go with dancer-singer, because that's normally what I go for, because personally, I'd rather do a job dancing with a bit of singing than full singing and a bit of dancing, just because I prefer dancing. I just feel more confident in it. Don't get me wrong, I freaking love singing, but if I was to choose to do one more than the other, it would be dancing, just because I feel more confident doing that. So let's look through my bag for an audition that I was meant to do today but missed it. Okay, so in my folder, I always bring a folder so it doesn't get crumpled, and it's just a little bit safer, and I can just go to anything that's like paper and things that they'll need straight away. So a headshot. If you're looking to get your headshots printed, I definitely recommend free prints. This isn't an ad, I wish it was an ad. If you're trying to get your headshots printed quickly, I definitely recommend free prints. They're fairly cheap, they're really quick to order, and you can choose your size, but these are 10 by 8. And most auditions do ask for 10 by 8. If they don't ask, I just go for a 10 by 8 anyway. Then I won't show you this, but this is the sheet of paper that they attach to the email that you need to fill out. So it just asks for things like your height, your dress, email, contact number, when you're available from, your dress size, your hair colour, your eye colour, whether you've auditioned with us before, whether you've got any tattoos or piercings, your vaccination status, all of that kind of stuff. So all of the stuff that they'll need if you were to get on board. Then I've got my CV. So on here I've just got my nationality, my height, my eye colour, length of hair, my playing age, which I do need to change actually, because I've got 16 to 22, it'll be 16 to 23 now. Actual age 23, location, and then I've got my spotlight, my show reel, and then all my professional credits on here. Then at the bottom I've just got my training, my skills, and then my vocal range. So just whack everything on there, and then my headshot in small on there, so they can put my headshot and my CV together. Then I've also got my sheet music. So this audition asked me to bring a pop rock and then a contrasting song which they wanted, preferably musical theatre. So I have taken Somebody to Love from Queen and just scored it out. Most of the time they do ask for a 16 or a 32 bar. And then I've got two options. Just because of my voice, I wasn't too sure. I didn't choose my usual as I'm much of a belter, but these ones were a little bit safer on the voice, so that's why I chose these two. I would normally bring one of each, however I do like to slip in a third one just in case, depending on the vibe of the room and depending on what I'm feeling most. But I don't take too much selection for myself because I'm really bad at decisions, especially like quick decisions. So I just leave my rep folder here and take the ones that I need instead of just putting that extra stress on me. So that's all the things I take in a folder, and I take a pencil and a rubber. Always take a pencil and a rubber just in case. And also whack in a pen as well. I definitely recommend a pen because sometimes they ask you to fill things out and you're like, anyone got a pen? Normally people do, but it's always good just to take them anyway. To a normal like cruise or musical theatre, jazz, whatever audition, I don't normally take heels, but this audition said tap shoes and heels, and I wanted to be safe just in case they meant these heels, but normally they do mean jazz heels. So I did take these. I really need to get some Laducas. I rarely use heels unless I do a one-off class or I go to an audition, so I don't want to spend so much money on Laducas when I'm not using them every day. Once I get my first job, then maybe I'll treat myself to Laducas. So yeah, I put these heels in. Normally I just whack all my shoes in just to be on the safe side, because some auditions don't specifically say what style they're going to do and what shoes you'll need, so it's easier just to whack everything in just in case. But they specifically asked for heels and tap shoes, so I put heels and tap shoes in. These ones are a little bit different. These are the ones we got told to wear at the formers. They're the T-bar ones, and they're like the flexible bit at the bottom. And I think it's a 3-inch heel. I've got to double check that, but I'm pretty sure it is. And then I've got my tap shoes. As you can see, they've been very much loved. It would be a good idea to get them buffed up. But I do love these shoes. I'd never go back to split sole. I feel like they just, I mean, they train you better because they're heavier, so you actually have to work your feet. I just feel like I tap better in them. I don't know why. So then I obviously do my makeup before I go, but I always take my makeup just in case, because I'm always the one that's like, maybe I should actually put some more makeup on. So yeah, or just to touch up once you've had a dance round and then you have to go in to sing, you want to look somewhat half decent. So I always take my makeup bag just in case. I then take a set of singing clothes. So I just go for smart casual. So I normally go for either, well, today I went for ripped jeans just due to my song that I was singing. Ripped jeans with 2 choices of top depending on the vibe and how I'm feeling at the time. So I've just got a halter neck crop top, and then just this pink number which has frilly sleeves. So yeah, I always take singing clothes. So I normally go for either ripped jeans, or I've got my flares, or just like a smarter pair of trousers with a nice top. That's what I normally go for. And then I either bring boots or trainers, just so I have that decision. Then hairspray, always bring hairspray. You never know, whether it's to spray your face to set it, because I don't have setting spray, or to keep my hair looking somewhat decent. Now this one not everyone will use, however my curly haired girls, this is always a good shout to bring. Sea salt spray. It's just good once you've had dance, or once you're in a humid room and your hair goes a bit frizzy. It's always good just to spray in and just sort of crunch up a little bit. Then of course I bring sprays, deodorants, because I don't want to be stanky. Then I bring a book for travel purposes, and then sometimes there's lots of waiting around, but if I've got nothing to practice, I'll read a book. And then I always bring a charger just in case. Now, some auditions I've also brought a dongle. If they haven't asked for sheet music or don't want sheet music, I'll bring a dongle. Make sure you've got that. I mean, most of the time they will have it, but I always bring one just in case. That reminds me, I need to remember to take that back down to put in the car. I always take a comb to brush back everything, put it into place. Yeah, I think that's everything. I've got like spare hairbands and pins and things that you'd probably just find at the bottom of your bag anyway. Nurofen and stuff like that. I do tend to get headaches quite a lot from the stress, or just if it's a long day, by the end of the day I do have a headache. Oh, and snacks and water. Take a bottle of water. Normally I would actually take one with like a nozzle, so you don't have to unscrew and do it. You can just pop it open and swig it back. It's just a little bit more accessible. And also these, I know it's not this one, but you know those ones, I can't remember what they're called, the ones where if you knock it over, the whole ground shakes. Don't recommend those. Don't recommend those. I mean, everyone has them and I kind of want one, but, and snacks, I would take like, thing is with fruit, it's really hard to take around in a bag because it just bruises. The amount of times I've taken a banana and then got there really wanting a banana and then it's just all bruised and disgusting and you just throw it in the bin anyway. But maybe like some bars, some breakfast bars, chopped up fruit in a little pot, something you can easily reach in your bag, have a little snack and put it back if you're rushed into the next room. I wouldn't recommend any dairy, like chocolate or anything like that, just especially if you're singing. When I'm at an audition, I forget that eating's a thing because I'm so like on it with just concentrating. You forget that you're actually hungry, and then you walk out of the room and you finish the audition, you're like, whoa, I'm starving. How frustrating. I can't believe I did that. I'm so angry with myself. And I'm trying to think of the positives, like my voice is actually quite sore, so maybe it wasn't the best idea to go. However, I'm really pissed off that I did that because that's not a thing that I do. I feel like my brain's just got a lot going on, so I obviously just didn't stop to think, yeah, I'm really pissed off with myself. But on to the next audition, Thank you very much for watching. Like, subscribe, comment, share this with your friends, and make sure you click that bell icon so you know when I next upload. And I'll see you guys next time. Bye! Ah! How did I do that?